It's Tombsday! Yeah, I renamed it. Yeah, I did. Do something about it. I don't know. Tomb Raider Tuesday always felt so lazy as a series title. I've been meaning to find something else to call it for ages now, but the inspiration was always just shy from my grasp. All I could concoct was fluffy bullshit that sounded like a sitcom. Crofting around, Arabian Nights, tits versus raptors, that kind of thing. And then, one morning, I was removing the crust from the underside of my testicles with a flannel and hot water, or showering, as some of you know it. And there it was! Tombsday. I almost think that I divined it from the filth in the washcloth, you know? I had some people read tea leaves. I could tell omens and prophecies from my own bodily putrescence, but, anyway, welcome back, gang. Look how happy she is that she found that jacket. She's gonna love and treasure that jacket for the rest of her days now. Or at least right up until the start of the Temple of Xi'an in 4 stages time, where she'll just lose it between levels for absolutely no goddamn reason at all. Such are the whimsical affections of Lara Croft. One day, you're a full working gymnasium set occupying a ballroom, cherished and adored. The next you've been broken down, stuck in the alley outside to make room for nothing. There's nothing in that ballroom anymore. Lara just didn't fucking want you in there. And what's more, she sticks you outside, right outside the window so that you can look in and see all the nothing she's replaced you with. All the thin bloody air she'd rather have in that room beside you. Heartbreaking. Barbarous. Expect nothing less from a woman who would callously take advantage of the fact that one of the few boons that nature did not bequeath the majestic golden eagle is automatic gunfire. Expect no quarter from Lara Croft, or indeed the Tibetan Foothills, the 11th stop on our epic hike through Tomb Raider 2, and an enormous breath of fresh air, both figuratively and literally, as we finally break free from the purgatorial grey corridors and caves of the sunken Maria Doria. Beware the killer snowmen. The snowmen, aren't they? Blank-faced nightmare snowmen. The strange and terrible cousins that Frosty accidentally, on purpose, forgets to write to every Christmas. And here, look at this beautiful natural formation. It must lie in ruin! Such is the way of Lara Croft, humankind's own wicked Queen Grimhild of Snow White infamy. All that is more beautiful than she must die, must suffer, exists only to be plundered and smoked to ashes. The graceful snow leopard, the noble tyrannosaur, the resplendent Italian machine gun man, beloved and breathtaking all and each and every one, now blooded, ravaged, and silent by bullet, by harpoon, by grenade. O evergreen forest, O pale tundra, O crystal-watered lagoon, fear thee the hand of Croft. Nature's not without its own weapons though. You see there the icicle traps that will haunt your progress through the Tibet stages right up until the Temple of Xi'an. Instant doom should you let them fall square on top of you, but even a glancing shear to the shoulder can carve a ridiculous amount of health from you. And there's some incredibly tight corridors and nooks that you have to avoid these bastard things in, and they're not like your traditional video game icicle or ceiling trap, where you can trigger them by moving to within a shoelace's width of their danger zone before hopping back suddenly. Now, these will only dislodge themselves when you're well and truly smack bang in the middle of the fuck you zone. I don't know how much time any of you have spent in the fuck you zone, but it's a shockingly hostile territory. Guess what the answer to everything is in the fuck you zone? It's fuck you! Can you believe it? Icicles, birds and leopards are the least of your troubles over the next few stages though. From this very level, the Fiamma Nera are utterly fucking deadly. And I don't mean deadly in the way that, you know, Hawkeye markets himself as a deadly shot with his bow and arrow but never actually kills anybody. No, these are deadly like, it's raining fucking trucks deadly. Like, the cosmos have just seen fit to materialize a panicked adult bobcat inside your large intestine deadly. They are ridiculously dangerous motherfuckers, and if you're as suicidal as me and are trying your hand at a no medipack run of the game, you have but one advantage over them, one very slim lead in the race to put each other in the cold depths of the grave. And that, lovelies, boils down to one letter, one hyphen, and one sexy little number. It's fully automatic. You've just seen what it can do with a goddamn temper on it. Is the M16. More on that later though. Behold, the very first drivable vehicle in the entire Tomb Raider franchise. It's the Snowmobile, seen here parked just south of a cluster of skis. Oh sweet God, why can you not just take the fucking skis? You might as well be riding a bomb on bloody treads straddling this cherry red nightmare. Now don't be seduced by the super funky 90s club music that plays whenever you climb onto the Snowmobile. Don't let audio cues fool you into thinking it's good. It's not. It's a rickety, twitchy dogshit death trap that is constantly plotting your fire and golf death. Like here, look, I could have run that guy down. Didn't even have to get off my Snowmobile. Didn't have to stop. But will bumping into him at even half the average land speed of the horse-filled tortoise send me spiraling out of control into a cave wall where I will explode like a gerbil in a microwave? Well, I don't know. Will it rain on Tuesday the 12th of March next year? You know, why are you asking me? I don't bloody know. This monstrosity rewrites the laws of physics on a goddamn whim. Jesus Mary, can't believe I made that first try. I'm not selling it, am I? I'm miraculously playing far too well to convince you what utter filth the Snowmobile really is. Oh, I have to keep stopping every now and again to pick up all the kills and items. I apologise for that, but ooh, mother! Alright, so you got two types of Snowmobile in the game. Now both handle just as badly as each other, but one of them's got mounted machine guns, and one of them's got a turbo feature that will immediately send you to your grave unless you are absolutely perfectly lined up with the jump you're trying to make. Guess which one we get, and guess which one our already heavily armed adversaries get. Good fucking guess. Now, the worst part about the Snowmobile isn't so much that it's like creeping up behind a fawn in the woods, scaring the fuck out of it with an air horn and then trying to steer it around without smashing your face into a tree. I mean, it is. It really is just like that. But no, that's not the worst part. The worst part is that not only will you take seemingly random damage from bumping into walls and slopes while you're riding it, if you want to go any quicker than parking speed. In fact, you can actually bump the ground while you're going too fast and take damage. You can hit a tiny kink in the floor and your life bar will react as if you've just been shot in the lung. Not only can you take that damage, but a fall from a distance of any greater than 4 feet, 4 or 5 feet, a fall from there is very, very likely to cause the Snowmobile to instantly explode with you on it. And that does about as much good for your health as lathering yourself in gazelle blood and going for a picnic in the nearest lion enclosure. So, not only have you got an irritating number of stunt jumps to make on what is essentially broken down ramshackle grenade with an engine and an almost sentient desire to kill itself and anybody sitting on it, unless you're incredibly lucky, you will not get a second consecutive chance to drive back round to try again. I mean, when I started practicing this game properly, I save-scummed my way through the Tibetan Foothills like no other goddamn stage, I tell you. I'm gonna clear these fuckers out. It's difficult enough to steer across that narrow precipice without a face full of gunfire slowing you down. This will undoubtedly be one of those stages that I crawl out of barely clinging to consciousness. Doesn't matter what sort of day I'm having with Tomb Raider 2, quite honestly, there's just too much inescapable shit, too much RNG damage to contend with here. It could kill me, has done before. Now, if we're going to fail anywhere on this run, it will be the Tibetan Foothills, swear to God. Now, I should mention here that if you want to completely distance yourself from the entire ordeal that is the Snowmobile, you're more than welcome to. The Tibetan Foothills are more than finishable if you want to go vehicle free. It'll take you fucking forever, like you'll be out of here in about 40 minutes bare minimum, but then The average player is going to spend about that, if not far longer, repeatedly bursting into balls of snowmobile-fueled flames anyway, so unless you want to put yourself through the agony of practicing with this uninsurable fucking tetanus gargoyle until you're good enough for it to be actually worth using it, maybe trekking the entire damn level on foot is the more sensible option. I mean, you can still get all the secrets, you can still max out the level, you just won't be winning any awards for speedrunning. Which you weren't gonna anyway, let's be fair. Speedrunners aren't born, they're pieced together in some sort of unspeakable laboratory, a few levels below the paddocks where they try to weaponize elephants and breed super soldiers, so unless you are one of said genetic experiments, I wouldn't bother. And if you are, well, I'm on to you. You dropped your key card in Marks and Spencer's. I snuck in at night. I saw things. All the things. In your lab, I mean. Not Marks and Spencer's. Thing is, they kind of had to include a route for non-snowmobiliers in this stage because even if you're trying to complete the Tibetan foothills on one, it's so ridiculously easy to lose it that you could have potentially been suffering forced restart after forced restart with the sheer amount of ways it can get away from you. Now no shit, I've attempted to park the snowmobile before, gone to climb off the bloody thing, and had it continue to roll up a steep slope until it was nestled in a crook halfway up the cave wall, hanging there like some sort of fuck stupid exhibit at a modern art gallery. It just, I don't know what to tell you. I've never seen a vehicle in any game with such a thirst to die, with such a need to attempt to roll into the nearest ravine or drive into the sun, anything except be absolutely anywhere near you or assist you in any way whatsoever. But hey, no, listen, so putting the snowmobile to one side for a moment, which I'll grant you is difficult considering its ghastly presence plagues pretty much the entire bastard level, but try it. Just putting the snowmobile aside, the Tibetan foothills really marks the point where Tomb Raider 2 gets off its arse and starts feeling like something besides a treacle slow grind. I mean, so look at it just on the surface credit of what's available to you. The stage does almost play out like a heartfelt apology for everything from the oil rig onwards. Now right off the starting gun, they practically slap you across the face with an eagle and chuck in some adrenaline pumping avalanche escape action for a chaser. Then you get to hurl yourself for a sheet of ice, which is just immensely satisfying, has never stopped feeling amazing in the 20 or so years I've been playing this game. It's just the first time in Tomb Raider 2 that it actually begins to resemble some of the more thematically open exploration of the original, aside from some small passages of the first stage, the Great Wall. Watch out! Ah! Did you see the sign? Did you see the avalanche warning sign that some poor thankless bastard has stuck up in the middle of nowhere? How about some beware of the leopard signs? How about some cover your chips up, man-eating eagles patrol this area warnings? Alright Crusaders, here's a nasty little ambush that murders just about everybody the first time around. You grab yourself the hut key here and immediately get yourself the fuck out of the way because there is a snowmobile riding motherfucker just itching to run you down. It is very, very difficult to find any area that he won't be able to reach you from, so on the one hand you've got to keep moving, on the other hand it seems to take forever to take him out with any weapon besides the M16, which, as we established back on the deck, does not respond well to simultaneous firing and jumping, so that is just an awkward fucking battle to deal with all around. The other weapons, even the Uzis, just take too long to put him down with. You know, if he's not trying to one-shot you by just driving straight over the top of you, he's lining you up for a burst of machine gun fire from his own snowmobile, and as we've already seen multiple times this playthrough, the Fiamma Nera do not need to even remotely be facing you to fill your walking corpse with lead, which, believe you me, I've taken as more of a personal slight than any sane man should in the past, especially when his snowmobile seems to be facing a goddamn wall and still manages to put 18 rounds in my fucking back. Now we could have pinched his ride from him back there, entirely possible, and I promise you we will before we leave the Tibetan foothills, just so you can see what they're like, but it'll avail us nothing for the here and now, There's a barrier stopping us from riding the snowmobile back out to the hut, chiefly because it would be far too useful to use in the coming ambush. Driving out the hole in the wall back there is like the #1 place to seem to explode for no bloody reason. The gods are smiling upon us today, Crusaders. But why? For what terrible reason? Why did they leer at us so? Certainly isn't because they gave these leopards the brains to clamber down off a 3.5-foot ledge to attack us. Cross that one off the list. Alrighty, not too far to go now. We're about to hit maybe the most difficult part of the level right here. There's a ton of supplies to grab inside this hut, but as soon as we're done with that and we throw the switch to open the back gate, a trio of gun-wielding goons will come storming out of it to put an end to our Tibetan triumphs, our snowy successes, if you will. Will you? Please. Alliteration is all I have. Don't take it away from me. Now you'll see just how vicious these bastards can be, and I mean, tactically speaking, it's suicide to dash out there and meet them in the open like 50% of the time, because sometimes they take forever to actually get to you. And that's fine and dandy, that's all good, because then you've got enough of a chance to outrun them before they unfuddle their dumb fuck brains and find a path to you, so you can just mow them down with the M16 as per usual. But the other 50% of the time, they're at the door before you are, and then that's it, you're dead. They've caught you in the open at close range. Goodbye, God bless, please think of my mother, not the face. So, the best thing I've really found to do, and I mean, I say best, you're going to eat a big old shovel of shit doing it, but it shouldn't kill you, is to whip out the grenade launcher and just bomb the fuckers into submission. But as you saw in the fracas there, one grenade won't do it. Oh no, their extra thick winter gear has afforded them protection from your high velocity explosives, so it's now going to cost you 2 apiece minimum to get rid of each of them while they drill you for ludicrous amounts of damage. As you see, like, you never know whether they're having a slow day or a fast day until you're already at the door to the hut, and then it's too late, you're just gambling straight down the middle. Right, well there, one Fiamma Nera snowmobile, as promised. It's black, the colour of evil, and once again they felt the need to spray paint their Cool Kid Gang logo across the back of it. Boy, I sure hope nobody sees me driving this thing. I don't want to be associated with criminals. Real criminals, I mean, like stealing priceless artifacts from other countries, that's not real crime, is it? It's like smoking pot. Everybody's done that at least once, haven't they? Sure they have. Sure they do. All the Uzi clips as your reward for grabbing the last secret dragon there. Thank you kindly. We will be using something besides the M16 at some point in the future, just not a whole lot. Some very painful combat coming up to shepherd us out of the foothills with a playful spiked boot up the jacksie. 2 snowmobile goons in a wide open valley. At the same time, are you literally made of bullshit like some goddamn smelly monument to utter nonsense? Are you? Well, don't you worry, lovelies. Fraggers knows all the secret sniping spots. Fraggers knows all the forbidden ridges. I always have that amount of health once I get to this point, don't worry. I know what I'm doing. All part of the plan. Very bad plan, a technically unsound plan with no extraction arrangements, but well, looky here, here's the rich. Now, I'm gonna pop at least one of these fuckers off his war bike before I come back down, because I'm insane, but I'm not stupid. But which one will it be? Will it be you? Are you lucky winner today? Yeah, nice. Oh, balls, I promised to kill something with a snowmobile for you, didn't I? Fuck's sake. Alright, come on then. Jesus Christ, that was close. Right, here we go. There! By the skin of my skin flakes. I've kept my promise. Alright, only thing standing between you and Barkang Monastery now is this block in the wall and 3 more gunmen lurking behind it. Now, again, whether we die here is going to be entirely dependent on whether we catch these monkeys napping or not. It's possible that they're going to be wandering around too close to where we come in, and if that happens, we're dead. So, cross your fingers, touch your wood, think pretty thoughts, Crusaders. Holy bloody Christmas! Oh my god! Look at the life bar! Does that even fucking exist? Don't come back, please. Jesus Lord. Now that, you want to talk about luck. You want to talk about flip a coin, roll a 6, call it right 10 times in a row, pure brainless shit-faced luck. Also very easy to snap your neck diving down here, like, fuck me dead, an inch out there and you're going to sleep, aren't you? But, mercy me, I'm all adrenaline, lovelies, I'm all fingers and bloody thumbs, yeah? But that's it, all done now, no way to balls it up any harder. Thank you very much. Tibetan Foothills, lovelies, see you next week. I'd have had a lie down, a triple whiskey or 10. Good lord.